I said, hey yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Mojados, and we're back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're gonna be talking about everything XRP. There has been some amazing news today. We saw Ripple talking about issuing a stablecoin. Lots of people are asking questions. Lots of people are talking about XRP. The news is rampant, and it doesn't fucking matter. That's the truth, right? All this stuff that you're seeing on the news, all this stuff that you're hearing about price fluctuations, you're hearing about the lawsuit, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? And I'm just going to give you guys the cold hard truth in this video. So if you stick around to the end, you're going to hear exactly what to expect and basically what exactly is going on, because as far as I can see, the market right now is still undecided, right? This is literally 2,275 days of price action inside of a range. People are drawing up a triangle right now for XRP like this, saying that, we've only been going sideways for 4 years. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. We've been going sideways for essentially since the previous all-time high, which has been about 7 years ago. So when you hear somebody say we're going sideways for 4 years, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. We've actually been going sideways for way longer than that, because inside of a range, you have your high, you have your low, and price does not go in between, or price does not break above or below in that range, without it being a deviation to re-enter the range on either side. And in fancy way of saying that is just, there hasn't been a break of this level or this level since we've seen the all-time highs and the all-time lows. So again, we're seeing people talk about a 4-year consolidation. It's actually been basically 7 years, okay? And the market is undecided on what to expect for XRP, right? And you can clearly see that because the real triangle or the real consolidation period, you can really pull this back all the way back to here, okay? Technically speaking, you can really pull this back from the high there and over to this level. And if you were to really look at this, you can see that the fluctuation in this triangle is getting smaller. So I'm gonna draw a red box so you guys can see this shit, okay? You can literally visualize that from this high to this high, the box is this big, right? And from this high to this low, the box is getting smaller in size. And guess what? When you take this high to this high, it gets even smaller. What does this mean? It clearly means that this triangle, or whatever this is, this range, whatever you want to call it, people are drawing it in many different ways. It doesn't matter. It's a goddamn consolidation period where the price is trading in between a range. Whatever you want to call it, it doesn't fucking matter. The idea here is that the volatility is shrinking, right? And there's not really much room for this to go sideways much longer. The volatility is shrinking. You're seeing it from the highs all the way back from 2017. You saw all-time high or a local high in 2021 where you ran up to $2. And then we recently saw 95 cents when XRP was deemed a non-security. But again, we didn't make a low. We didn't crush the lows from any of these levels. In fact, we've just continued to squeeze. The volatility is shrinking. And basically, guys, when something like this is occurring, there's going to be a break, right? Because again, for every action, there's going to be an equal and opposite reaction. And basically, you can take that in context of, you can't take a pressure cooker, build this much pressure, and not expect an explosion. There's going to be an explosion, right? And just to be very clear, the explosion can be the downside, right? It can be 100%. Do I believe it's going to be the downside? No. I believe this explosion is going to be to the upside. I believe we're going absolutely much higher. And I think that XRP is gearing up to have a massive explosion, go on a multi-year bull run, and a lot of people are not expecting it, right? That's just my opinion. Because we cannot go sideways for this long and not expect something to break out. Because again, the longer the base, the higher in space, right? There's so many terms like that just basically say the longer you consolidate, the bigger the expansion will be, right? So it's that simple. I'm not going to make this complicated. I'm not going to make this hard for you to understand. And a lot of people are drawing Elliott wave this, Elliott wave that, trying to overcomplicate the goddamn XRP chart. Guys, I've been saying this since all the way back in September of 2022. It's on my X account. You guys can go ahead and follow me in the description. This is the main level of support and resistance you want to watch for the XRP chart, right? You can clearly see here, I drew it in green so you guys can see different visuals. As long as price is trading above this, the chart is extremely bullish. There's no reason to be concerned. If price is trading below it, then obviously it's an area of concern, because what you can see is back in 2017, this became a support. Every single time price would bounce off of this level, eventually it turned into a resistance. You can see that very, very clearly until then slowly it was turned back into a support, a break above. And you can see this green box acting as a support until again, it was turned into a resistance where it acted as a resistance after being rejected twice. And then again, now we're seeing a break back above and price is holding above the green box. Do not overcomplicate simple things, guys. This is as simple as it fucking gets. You do not need to make this stuff complicated. As long as we're trading above green, as long as we are looking as healthy as this consolidation or as impatient as people are getting, there's no reason to draw conclusions. There's no reason to worry about what's happening in the news, right? Because again, the chart for me is king. Now, granted, news is good. News is going to drive a catalyst. News can pretty much start the expansion that we're waiting for, the wave 3 style correct or move to the upside, where we see a massive candle to the upside. Yes, news can play a factor. But guess what? The chart is already set up to do that already. Why? Because again, of the things I have already explained, we've been consolidating already. We are seeing a shrinkage in volatility inside of this long ass range. So when this breaks out, it's going to be insane. Now, like I said, the breakout, let's hope that it's to the upside because it's going to be absolutely historic. But at the same time, the breakout can be to the downside. It's possible. I'm not going to ignore that possibility, even though I've been holding XRP for 7 years, even though the facts and circumstances are on, Ripple and XRP side. They've been unfairly targeted. We've seen the mass overreach, the FUD, the smear campaigns, the lies, the deceptions across the board for XRP and Ripple. And that is why I like XRP, because a lot of people do not understand it. So there is that gap that allows me to pretty much, act upon. And I'm going to definitely take advantage of this position because I don't see this kind of opportunity in this whole entire space right now. I don't, right? XRP is a special token sitting in the top 10 for literally 10 years. The market has decided that XRP should be in the top 10. And we've seen this pretty much drop. We've seen other tokens come above and below. We've seen it fluctuate, but it doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, we are pretty much approaching a climax soon where we're going to get a resolution to all of this consolidation, all of this sideways price action, all of this garbage. The lawsuit is hopefully going to end sometime this year, and that's going to help allow XRP to breathe, because a lot of people unfortunately have a correlation between XRP and Ripple, and a lot of us do. When we first heard about XRP, we heard about Ripple, and that's okay. If that's just how it is, then that's just how it is. But when you look at what's happening in the space right now, you see what Ripple is doing, launching things like stablecoins on the XRP ledger, which is going to bring in more activity for DeFi on the XRP ledger. It's going to allow, more pairs to be traded. And there's going to be other amendments like the AMM that are going to be taken advantage of with these, again, stablecoin pairs. And we're also seeing auto bridging, which is going to be the magic behind in my opinion, the DeFi that XRP is going to be bringing to, all these other institutions. And again, there's just so much stuff that I just can't explain. Like DID also is a decentralized way for institutions to get involved. Joel Katz talks about this at length, about how institutions want to be involved in DeFi, but there's kind of like this gap. And again, if anybody knows customers' problems, it's going to be Ripple. It's going to be David Schwartz, guys. They pretty much have 50 MTLs, right? Or 49. I think Alaska doesn't need an MTL, but 49 MTLs, which basically means it's a money transmitter license to sell crypto in the state that they have it for. And again, they just acquired standard custody, so that gives them the New York clearance that they needed. And they already have clearance around the world. So pretty much they're set up to do this in a magnificent way. We saw that they acquired Medico, so they have tokenization on lock. They have the transmitters so that they can sell crypto and buy crypto or to institutions in all 50 states, essentially. Then you have 300 plus institutions that they're partnered with that I'm not even going to get into, for Ripple, which basically, again, may be XRP transactions, but may not be. And finally, now introducing stablecoins is going to open a new can of worms that we don't even fully understand right now. A lot of people are trying to understand what is actually happening, but it doesn't matter, right? Because we all know that at the end of the day, the auto bridging feature, in my opinion, is going to be probably the most important thing, which is being underlooked right now. But I think as this stuff is, unfolding, it's going to make more sense down the line, like everything else, right? We can speculate as much as we want, but this is why I just believe in XRP so much. I believe in Ripple so much because I can see the gross overreach, and I am very, very confident that this is pretty much going to resolve to the upside. Yes, I may be wrong, but I have my money on the line, and I've been holding for 7 years, and I'm making these videos to hold myself accountable and to learn it, to take it as a learning experience. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I'm going to look back at this video 5 or 10 years from now and say, hey, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? And the same thing for you viewers. You can make up your own opinion. I'm just literally giving you my 2 cents on what I think is happening. I think I've done a fair job of explaining how we're in a range, we're holding above support, and we're seeing constant development in the middle of a lawsuit against Ripple and pretty much XRP, because again, a lot of institutions are scared of holding XRP because again, Ripple is just so, I don't want to say directly correlated, but people just associate Ripple and XRP together, and that's just, it is what it is. And once this stuff is all said and done, I definitely think that it's going to allow more breathing room for XRP and Ripple. So we'll see what happens. And again, I'm just excited to see how this is all going to unfold. But I want to share that a few other charts here before I end this. This is going to be the XRP to Ethereum pair, which is also very bullish. If you look at the 2-week here, or actually I had it in the 3-week, or no, the monthly, or the 2-monthly, or the, what pair did I have it on? Okay. I think it might have been, yeah. So basically, I don't remember what pair I had it on, but this is a deviation of the high. This is a deviation of the low. Pretty much you can see a sweep underneath of this 0.07 level. And now we're pretty much working our way back up. And basically, this is a sign that XRP is probably going to outperform Ethereum in the short term. Now, does this go to all-time highs? I'm not saying that, but right now, as it stands, this looks like it's going to continue going much higher. So what can we expect? Probably a run up to the 15 level, which is probably a 2x from right now. And then XRP BTC is also an interesting chart to look at because right now we're seeing some sort of wedge, and we're also seeing a clear bullish divergence here playing out. Now, maybe this does break down lower. Maybe we see one more final wave pushing down to the this lower level around 800 sats. But ideally speaking, this is actually the first time that we've seen during this whole breakdown price squeezing at like this kind of level, and then also displaying bullish divergence for this long, right? Usually you see a breakdown, a retrace, a breakdown, a retrace, a breakdown, a retrace. This is the first time price is coiling up at this level, all while XRP again has been consolidated for so long, all while ETH or XRP ETH looks very, very good, all while the chart is ready to pretty much go on a run, right? So I don't find this stuff to be a coincidence. I like to focus on the charts. That's the first thing I look at, and then I like to look at other things like what's happening with the ecosystem. So, I mean, guys, this is pretty much just my opinion. Total is pretty much very bullish as well. So I definitely believe that this is probably going to hold here or maybe even break down to 2.12 trillion. Maybe that does bring XRP a little bit lower. But all in all, I believe that XRP is on the cusp of breaking out. Whatever happens here is going to pretty much dictate the trend for the coming years. I'm telling you right now, guys, the next breakout, whichever direction it is, and I believe it's to the upside, is going to be fucking historic. You guys are not ready for the breakout when it happens because a lot of you guys don't understand what happens when you consolidate for so goddamn long. This is a pressure cooker pretty much waiting to blow up. And with that, guys, thanks for making it to the end. Like and subscribe if you're not already. And as always, haru haru haru. Peace.